It is 1:30, Universal Time. I'm Jim Tedder in Washington. Palestinian reports say the Israeli military has fired missiles at a metal factory in the Gaza Strip. They say the missiles damaged the factory but did not kill anyone. Palestinians have also reported Israeli military activity in the West Bank cities of Nablus and Jenin. Earlier, a member of the militant group Islamic Jihad killed himself and 8 others in a bomb explosion. At least 60 people were wounded. The Palestinian group Hamas defended the attack as a fair action against Israeli aggression. Hamas now controls the Palestinian government. The United States called the attack an evil act for which there is no excuse, and it condemned Hamas for approving of it. United Nations Secretary-General Kofi Annan also condemned the bombing. He urged the Palestinian Authority to take a position against what he called such acts of terrorism. The trial of former Iraqi leader Saddam Hussein continues in Iraq. Lawyers showed proof that he had signed documents linked to government actions against Shiites in the 1980s. Defense lawyers disputed the findings. They said the experts were Interior Ministry workers and demanded the court use experts from other countries. The chief judge ended the trial until Wednesday. Saddam Hussein and 7 others are charged with killing more than 140 Iraqi Shiites in the village of Dajail in 1982. Also in Iraq, leaders have postponed a meeting of Parliament because they cannot agree about who should lead the next government. The main political parties have been in dispute over the issue since December. Diplomats from the 5 permanent members of the United Nations Security Council and other countries are preparing to meet in Moscow. They are to discuss the dispute about the Iranian nuclear program. The full Security Council meets next week. It will hear a report from the International Atomic Energy Agency about Iran's nuclear program. The Security Council recently ordered Iran to stop enriching uranium, which could be used to make a nuclear bomb. Since then, Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad has said his government is testing a new machine that can enrich uranium 4 times faster than the old ones. In Mexico, police say at least 63 people were killed when a bus fell off a road between the cities of Guadalajara and Veracruz. At least 3 people were injured. Officials say the bus was carrying a group of holiday travelers. It is not clear what caused the accident. Investigators are looking into possible equipment failure. Colombian officials say 29 people were killed when sliding earth buried some areas in the southwest. Officials said that several people remain missing, but 19 others have been found alive. The survivors were from the village of Bendiciones. The village was buried in the mudslides. The village is in Colombia's Valle del Cauca province, which has been severely affected by the weather conditions. Last Friday, Colombian President Alvaro Uribe traveled to the area to meet with rescue workers and observe the situation. You are listening to the news in VOA Special English. Officials in Venezuela are searching for 24 prisoners who escaped from a jail in the eastern part of the country. Investigators say the prisoners fled La Pica prison in Monagas State around midnight Sunday. The prisoners made their escape through a tunnel that was 65 centimeters wide and 50 meters long. It was not clear how the prisoners were able to build the tunnel. The price of oil has increased to new high levels in New York and London. London's price for North Sea oil reached $71.62 a barrel. In New York trading, American oil hit a price of $70.40. Experts blame the price increases on concerns about American oil supplies and worries that political problems may slow the movement of oil from producers. A top American diplomat says Russia and China will block proposed United Nations restrictions against 4 people from Sudan. The United States UN Ambassador, John Bolton, says he was told unofficially about the plan to block the restrictions. The 4 Sudanese are accused of war crimes in the Darfur area of Sudan. The proposed restrictions target their finances and their freedom to travel. The restrictions are to go into effect Monday if no Security Council members object. Mr. Bolton has asked for a Security Council meeting to discuss the issue. Chinese news reports say the country has approved the building of a new oil pipeline to Burma. The official China business newspaper says the National Development and Reform Commission gave the approval at the beginning of April. It will connect Burma's deep water port of Sitwe to the city of Kunming in Yunnan province in southwestern China. The building is likely to begin this year. The newspaper did not say when it would be completed. In sports news, Kenyan runner Robert Cheruiyot has won the men's Boston Marathon foot race in the American state of Massachusetts. He set a race record of 2 hours, 7 minutes, 14 seconds. Benjamin Mayo of Kenya was second. American Meb Keflezighi was third. Rita Jeptu of Kenya won the women's Boston Marathon race with a time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, 38 seconds. Yelena Prokopchuka of Latvia was second. Reiko Tosa of Japan was third. South African Ernst van Dijk won the men's wheelchair marathon race for the 6th time. Briefly, here again is the major news. Palestinian reports say the Israeli military has fired missiles at a metal factory in the Gaza Strip. In Mexico, police say at least 63 people were killed when a bus fell off a road between Guadalajara and Veracruz. And Colombian officials say 29 people were killed when sliding earth buried some areas in the southwest. And that's the news in VOA Special English. From Washington, this is Jim Tedder reporting.